Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Scroft here, and I'm back on Court Farms for the penultimate episode in this series. We're going to try and get to episode 40, which I think is going to be a perfect point to end this series on. And yeah, I've been working a lot last week to try and get to a point where we can kind of fit everything I want to do in the last two episodes. So there has been a massive jump. Now the reason for that is it's about time we move on. This is cracking map, but I'm playing Court Farms a lot on two series, and I really want to try something new. And I've had a pretty good idea, I think, for a new series. There's going to be something completely different, and it's going to take a bit of time to set up. So look for that next week. That's definitely going to be dropping next week, because this week we're going to be doing two episodes on Court Farm, 39 and 40, and we're going to finish it off. So what's gone on behind the scenes? Well, we're now in year 5. We've pretty much skipped a full year, and I've been busy as hell trying to get to the point where I can say, yeah, I've done a lot and this is what's gone on. I didn't want to just skip by loads of things that we've worked hard for, but I didn't want to obviously make the videos on it because I want to do 2 big harvests in the last episode, so that's what we're going to be doing. So in the last episode, like a year ago, we were pretty much just at the point where I got the fields and I needed to kind of make the new boundary, do all the field work, place buildings down, so on, and sell the wall, sell all the clothes that we produce and everything. And yeah, I've done all that. I've made a lot of money. I've done 2 cuts of silage and sold all that, and it's left me in such a good place that I've actually hit a lot of the targets that I set out. I think I've actually hit everything I set out I wanted to do, which was buy 3 brand new harvesters, really cool harvesters as well. So I sold the 2 harvesters we currently had, bought 3 brand new harvesters. I sold all the wool, got a hell of a lot of money for the wool. It was incredible the amount of income that I got from that. Same with all the clothes that I got as well. Sold that. We also sold, I actually made a list because it was really difficult to kind of keep track of it. But yeah, sold the wool, sold the clothes, did 2 cuts of silage, sold all them, and that was pretty much in this year now. So you can think that not long ago I just sold the second cut of silage. First cut of silage was around springtime. And then, yeah, like I said, I sold the harvesters and everything, and then purchased 3 new ones. But also, the last kind of batch of silage, the second cut that I sold, I actually paid off the loans. So that's why I'm kind of currently sitting at around 200,000 pound. So if we just quickly, you can see the stock's still pretty good for everything I've got. The times, everything's dropping down, obviously, because it's the time of the year. In August, not really anything good to sell. It's quite strange to see it like that, really. But yeah, we've got obviously some wheat still left in, not much, because we're getting to that point now where we're going to harvest some. So that's for the chickens. Just to give you an idea of what I'm going to do, we're going to do this big harvest, and then at the end of this year, so I'll sell all the eggs that I get, I'll sell all the wool that I get, and I'll sell all the clothes. But at that point, I'm going to shut up shop. I'm going to sell all the animals, stop that kind of stuff from producing, because I want to try and get into the last episode where it's just the big harvest, the massive harvest. Now, don't get me wrong, the harvest I'm going to do in this episode today is massive. It's going to take me a long time. I'm hoping it won't be too bad, though, because I've got 3 harvesters now, and they're all, you know, they've got bigger headers. But we'll go and have a look at them in a second. We've got a bit of whole crop silage, but that's for us to use. Hay, we got plenty of hay. I actually did 2 cuts of hay from the little patches we've been using for the animals, so that's going to be, you know, plenty for us to just get through to a year, because like I said, I'm going to sell the animals anyway, which is probably going to bring in really good money as well. But if we have a look at wool, I'm already at £195,000 from the amount that I've got already. So, you know, we're doing incredibly well. And this is why I just think there's no point in me going through that whole... It took me so long last week to do this. Whilst I was kind of in between recording the 2 episodes on the BS Survival series with Beanie, I was doing all this work in between. So to try and get to this point where this week we could end off the Court Farm series. So it's a lot of work, and to repeat that again, I think there's no point. We're already going to make a load of money. We're going to be doing really well, and we're going to hit the target. So you can see loan, it's actually at 0, which is very strange. So I don't, if I look at to special redemption, amount to be paid 0. So if I just pay 0, there we go. Finally it worked. I don't know why it left off like that. Strange. It kind of said that I owed like 0.0014 pence or something. God knows. But you can see we've had 3 loans across the span of the series, and we've paid them all off now. So that's great news. And we're sitting at an incredible amount of money as well. Not too bad at all. £286,000 with everything still to come in. And yeah, it's going to be It's going to be, I think we're going to definitely be well over 1 million by the time we finish, even by selling all the animals, selling the wool, the eggs that I've got. You can see that I'm stacking up eggs here. They're quite happy, and we're just going to feed them and let them produce. And until the right time to sell, like the clothes that are just sitting there, and the same goes for the wool that's just sitting over here. So we've actually got quite a lot of it. As soon as that's all ready to sell, that's it. I'm just going to cut ties and say, right, we'll sell the animals and we'll go from there. Plenty of feed for them to get by. But yeah, there's one job, though, in this episode that we need to do. There's actually 2 jobs left, 2 big jobs. So we're going to open this up, because the way I'm going to do it is I am going to use course plate. It's got to be done. I'm going to do the carting myself, which is still going to be a bit of a task because there's, 3 harvesters to kind of maintain. But then I'm going to put it into a silo that's right by this big field. And you can probably just see it in the distance there. I have placed some buildings down. And the field is pretty much spot on. If we have a look at that quickly, go into precision farming, you can see that massive field boundary, combined it all together, nitrogen's all sorted. And you can see by the soil types, these are all going to improve. You can see these ones are top anyway, because that was the original field. But this whole section has now been increased. So we are literally at the point where it's ready to harvest. But look at the size of this. This is the biggest field I've ever harvested on Court Farms. Probably the biggest field most people have harvested on Court Farms, to be honest. It's incredibly... It's a massive field. 52.5 acres. That's how big it is. And if we look at the biggest field on Court Farm, which is this one, 16 acres. 16 acres. And then this one's very close, yeah, 16.24, and that's 16.14. So that's actually technically the biggest field, field 6. But yeah, we're miles above that. We were already above that anyway in the last harvest. But 52.5 acres is what we're going to be tackling today. So let's just quickly run down to what I've done over here. We can have a look at everything. So this is the entrance that I did into it. Pretty straightforward, but I have put a silo here just to store the wheat that we harvest today into that, and then at some point I will transfer it over, dry it out, and then obviously we'll sell that. And that's pretty much where everything that we're going to need. I don't even need to do another cut of silage with everything that I've already got and the money I've already got. So if I sold all the eggs now, all the wool now, even all the clothes now, I'd still be able to buy the fields I need to expand to the point that I wanted to do. But obviously with the amount of wheat we're going to get from this field and we dry it out, we're going to be miles above it. So I'm hoping to be over £1 million in the bank account with the big field that we've got. So everything paid off and everything by the time this field's ready to harvest again. And it's still going to be a lot of work. I've got to try and harvest this now and then do it pretty much like a day's gap before then I start recording the next episode where we're harvesting again. So it's going to be a lot of work behind the scenes. But we'll do it. We'll definitely do it. So you can see that I put a shed there. Got a silo, fuel tank, a few bits and bobs that I've picked up along the way. And I've put a little shed here just for storing these carters in. And we're going to obviously use that Joskin trailer now that we bought not long ago. But let's have a look at these harvesters. So we've gone with the Class Lexion. We've got 3 of these, the 5300. They were about 200 and something thousand pound each. So, not cheap at all. And then we had to buy the headers on top. Everything's brand new. These are not second hand. But we have got 3 of them. And they are incredible because they're part of the Class Harvester pack from on LSFM site. And I've gone with an orange look to them. I think it looks pretty sweet. But yeah, massive headers as well. Much bigger than what we've been using currently. If we just go into our owned items, we can see what we've got here. So yeah, 244,000 currently anyway in value, which is incredible. But let's have a look at the headers. So we've got 10.8 meters. So every time now we do one single pass, technically, we're going to be over 30 meters. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I think the only thing we need to do really is just get these going. Get them set up. Let's get the ball rolling. It's going to be a big job. I'm not even going to drop straw this time around because of the fact I know I'm already going to make, the money that I need. So I need to make sure that I set that up. So let's just go back over to here. And we'll bring you can see the fields just had the second cut finished off. All the equipment's over here. But if we bring that, go back over to this. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll bring up this. And we'll start, you know, working through what we want to do with this job. Massive field. So number of tools. We want to select 3. We probably just want to do... I mean, do we need to do more than 2? Yeah, we'll do 2 headlands, which is 6, technically 6 passes at that point. And I'm going to up the overlap just so we don't miss bits, because we want to try and bring in all this. Definitely do. And, I mean, everything should be fine there. Don't need to worry about field margin. So let's generate that. There we go. So that's all set up now. I just have to copy the course over and it should work. But what I want to do, we've done that, that's copied. Left one, that's the first one. First waypoint, we also want to bring up the Lexion and try and find straw settings, because it will automatically do the straw if we don't deactivate it. There we go. So straw swath, deactivate that. Unload on the first headland, deactivated. Combine self-unload, stop while unloading, deactivated. Don't need to do that because I'll be driving. Anyway, I've turned crop destruction off because we're obviously going to probably have moments where we're going through. And if we just quickly set this up in the field, probably about... Let's just park it here. That should be fine. Get into the second harvester. Then we can copy that over again. First waypoint will go centre. This is the middle pass now. And let's do that. Lift it up. This is going to be pretty cool. Hopefully I'm going to get some good shots of this. Pretty decent montage. It's difficult to do. I should have really set up the auto drive network for it to just drop off into this. But because the map's already got... But because I've already got like an auto drive kind of setup going, if I just showed you like all the fields from what they were originally obviously laid out, all the hedges in between and fences, I kind of already planned out within an auto drive route. So I'd have to delete all that out so it doesn't kind of mess anything up or get in its way. But really what I should have done was kind of drive around the whole edge of the field and then just had it tipping into that, and maybe then I could maybe lease out a truck to cart from there to the dryer. But this'll do the job. This'll be fine. So we can turn that off. We don't need that now. And center, first waypoint, that's all good for him. And if we copy first waypoint, we want the right. There we go. Spot on. And everything now should be ready to go. So we just need to set them up. So let's just park that there. And we can get them going. Now, like I said, this is a big job. This is a massive task. It's good that we've got, obviously, the 3 harvesters. It's going to make it a lot easier for us to do. I'm hoping they'll still be staggered. I don't know where they are going. I haven't got a clue. I'm not entirely sure. That's not a very good start, is it? Oh, he's finally figured out. We don't want the second one. We want it kind of to be staggered pretty good. So what I'm going to have to do here is stop this guy, because the other one was having a bit of a moment. And we're also going to stop this guy. And that's all because that guy there didn't have a bloody clue what he was doing. Faffing about. That's George, that is. George is driving that one. I'm in the middle one. Keith's on the right. We're all good, but George... George is faffing. So that one as well. I didn't actually change in this setting, did I? The straw. I'm hoping it's... yeah, I needed to do that. So that's at least set that one going. First waypoint. And we can also quickly just deactivate the straw on this one. And hopefully now, if they can all figure out what they're doing, we can just get them going. As soon as they start, it shouldn't be a problem. You can do it, buddy. I believe in you. There we go. No faffing. So that's the second one off on its way. And now the third one should figure out what it's doing as soon as there's a bit of a gap, I imagine. There you go. Spot on. So yeah, we've got 3 harvesters kind of like staggered. And if we just have a quick flyabout, we can have a look at what this is going to be. I mean, the field size, it's massive. It really is. And I've just got my I've got my work cut out for me just to kind of maintain this. Just to keep these guys from getting empty. Because look, he's already getting full. So we should probably start faffing about and get in the trailer herself. But what a shot. What a shot that is. Incredible. Right, so I have noticed that one of them is definitely needs emptying. I'm hoping that they're not going to collide because he's obviously on his headland pass. He's the far left-hand side, so he's going to move in. So we need to get there quickly. It looks like... has he stopped? Please say he's stopped. I think he might have. Yes, it looks like he has. But we have got 2 there. We've got 2 harvesters that are pretty much ready to go. So that's just from that one kind of pass. It's not even a pass. It's like just about a quarter of a headland, if that. So let's see how this goes then. They're obviously bigger capacity than the last ones, but they're not massive. You know, we could have increased. But I was trying to look at costs at the time because I hadn't done the second cut of silage anyway. But it's not too bad, is it, this? I know he's got over a little bit more there. But so far, they're not actually missing bits as well, which is really good. But wait till they get on a proper corner. So it's 8,800 for him. So 20%. So we're literally not going to do too bad. What's he doing? Laughing about. Go on. Why'd you put your pipe in when I'm right there? Why? I'm going to try to reverse this now. Would be easier driving the other way, but I'm going to say about 16 something thousand. That should be 8 doubled. So now let's have a look at this guy here. He's got his lights on, so he's signaling that he's getting full. So let's see what happens. I mean, I may as well just keep driving around until this is full, and then just go drop it off. It's not bad, is it? Not going to be a bad yield at all, really. Still got a lot in there. I mean, I can't remember the last harvest we got. I'm going to have to check back in the video just to see where I was at. Oh, that's me being dodgy there. Yeah, I'm going to have to check just to see so we can actually have a look at how much it's increased by. What a harvest this is going to be. It's going to be massive. I'm hoping to get... Because I remember last time I made a judgment call and it was completely off. I think I said I was going to get 200,000 litres. But I kind of was like half of that or something. So let's see if we get to the 200,000 litre mark. You'd hope so. Right, let's move on to the next one. It's definitely empty now, this one. We'll wait for the second harvest of the middle one to do his corner, and then we'll jump to the side. We have missed a bit there, but that's not too bad. A little bit there as well. I just hope that they don't fill up by the time I drive all the way down to the bottom and empty. But it is closer this time round. I know. You know, the other time, like the last harvest, we had to drive all the way to the grain dryer. And we had 2 harvesters. And it wasn't too bad. I think this guy's going to probably try and reverse into the... I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he even knows what he's doing. So I'm just going to try and help him here. I'm saying, just put your... There you go. I'm going to have to drive in the bush, unfortunately. There you go. Oh, no. I mean, I get why he does it, obviously. It makes more sense, and then I'm not in a hedge, but still. It's a bit of a faff. Definitely a bit of a faff. Ooh, I'm gonna glide. Stay still. I need to put stop when unloading. I need to activate that because then that'll happen. But so far, so good. We've done, when you think about it, that one headland pass is actually a big chunk. It is a real big chunk of the field. So I can't complain at that, can I? And I think what I might do is I might just drive. As soon as this is sorted out, I might just drive. There we go. Because I'm at 93%. And it just makes sense to go and empty. I might be able to fill up a little bit from this guy. But we did empty a bit, so they shouldn't be too bad. Right, so let's reverse, get back, and go and drop off our first load, which is already, you know, nearly 50,000 litres. And when dried, that is a lot of money. Wow, this is one hell of a harvest. I've not even got any chance to do a montage or anything like that. There's no respite at the moment. I'm just constantly carting. I'm trying to get gaps in between where I'm taking with the other trailer and tractor, the Massey, some from that silo, to the grain dryer, but it's just, it's a little bit difficult, but we're doing well. I mean, we have I think I've been harvesting now in that montage for about 40 minutes, and yeah, I'm actually quite happy with that. A few bits that have been missed. I am going to go over all that with a harvester right at the end, but you know, for 2 headland passes, which is definitely too many, I think we just need to do 1 headland pass. And if we do move to 4 harvesters eventually, then yeah, there's no point in doing 2 headlands, because obviously with this, it's like 8 passes then, and it's 6 now, and it's just, that's just too many. That's like a 60-meter headland. But yeah, we'll do 1 next time round. But wow, this is incredible, and the yield we're getting so far is insane. It's insane. So yeah, let's take this back. We'll go and try and pick up some more. See how many we can do. I mean, right at the end, I'm going to have to transfer it all anyway, but I can use follow me, and it'll be a bit easy then, because I can just solely focus on that. But right now, it's just finding the space, like the little gaps in between where the harvesters are running. The first harvester right at the front actually got ahead of itself quite a bit, and that's because of the overlap that I did. That was pretty much taking the full chunk of that overlap. So it wasn't actually picking as much into the tank as the other 2. You can see the other 2, one of them's full already at the moment. In fact, they'll all be full. They'll all be full. So we'll just try and fill this up, and then I'll just scoot over. But yeah, so what I did is at the front harvester, I kind of slowed down, waited till it got full, and then I didn't empty it until the other 2 catched up. So right now they're working quite well in unison, and now they're on their up and down stretches. They're going to be pretty much getting full around the same time. So that's good news. But there's just so much to do. So much to do. It's a crazy job. It's a crazy job. And I think if I fully automated it, I'd be able to do kind of a montage. But that means I'd have to set up auto drive, do the carting, and everything, which could be done. It can be done. And I would like to do that for the next episode, but it really does depend. It just depends on how much time I've got. I've only got 1 day gap in between. So I'm going to start recording this probably on Thursday. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to try and get to the next harvest and everything prepped and then set up a whole auto drive kind of network, but we'll try our very best. And if not, I might even get Beanie to come in and help us on this, even if she's doing a bit of karting with me, because I think that'd be a nice little touch to the last episode on the series, where Beanie's joining me and helping me do the karting, maybe even buy a 4th harvester. And yeah, it'll be a challenge in itself. Again, probably a time lapse, but at least Beanie can see it in action, the full kind of automated setup with a big field, and try and see if she can try and keep up with all the harvesters. But if it is 4, at least we'll have 2 each instead of me right now kind of taking care of 3. So that might be a bit of a helping hand. But I do like doing it this way, where I kind of empty the harvesters from the back. So the rear harvester, the far right hand side, then the centre, then I move to the left, because then they kind of keep in unison. The only problem is sometimes my trailer gets too full before I can get to the first harvester or the front harvester. And yeah, by that time then I'm not emptying it, so it kind of stops sooner, because the front one will stop the rest, which I do like, because I want to keep them together. I'd rather the front one stop first than the other 2, because then they do stay, in sync a bit more. But a lot of work left to do. We'll have a look at the numbers in a second, but I think after that I'll do a bit of a jump cut to the end of the harvest, because it's a lot of work. I've already done a time lapse, don't want to do a second one, and yeah, can't make the video crazy long, but it is a crazy thing to do. I'd advise doing this if anyone wants to make a challenge for himself, to try and combine all these fields together or something and see how you get on. And you'll probably need courseplay. I'd love to see someone do this single player with 1 harvester. That would be a challenge. Right, so then 3 are now happy. They should kind of carry on. They're all technically empty. These 2 will obviously have a little bit more in because they're tailing behind, but it's not too bad. I think we should be alright here as well. We might even empty a harvester as it comes past up, but I imagine that it's going to be full before that point anyway, because the rate it's going with the yield we're getting, it's incredible. So let's have a quick look. So right now in the grain dryer, we have 98,000, but we've also got 19,000 dry. So that's like, let's say 120 already. And if we have a look how much we've got in the silo, we've got 73,000, which is, again, incredible. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just going to be a lot of money, a lot of income. That's only 19,000 there, and it's already saying we're going to earn 30 grand at the right time. So, mental. Let's have a look, though, at precision farming. Before we do a bit of a jump, let's just look at that 98 score. I'm very happy with that. And if we have a look, isn't that interesting? Now, you can see the passes that it's doing, but because we're dropping straw down, it's actually not as bad with the nitrogen. It's kind of adding a bit of nitrogen to it, because with the straw we're kind of throwing down. You can see the little stretches that it misses, which it does, because it's not a perfect stretch out to the 10 meter of the header size. So that's really good to see. So yield, we're getting a good yield. Obviously this chunk here is going to be a different type of soil. Yeah, we've got silty clay there, but you can see the patches alone in comparison, definitely. But I'm quite happy with that. Overall, that is not a bad yield at all. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Whoa, we've got a bit of an accident gone on here. Course plate, it was working perfectly, but now you can see it firsthand. They have definitely collided. Now that must be because of the turning. Now I did see a comment, and I actually did this on the last one, which is to use lands, but I didn't do that this time. So that's not ideal. So let's see if we can try and sort this out. If we just stop this one and hope that it senses, oh, you need to give me some space, buddy. Thank you. And then what we need to do is, if we have a look at, so I don't like how it has a bit of an issue there, but right, so if we just bring up this, we can go from nearest waypoint, and if we start it from here, we can even actually do a bit of harvesting here. I'm actually doing some harvesting. Who would have thought? And we set it going from there. It should work all right. Maybe it is better to have a bit of a bigger gap, but yeah, it's not too bad. What's that on? 22%. That's on 36, and that's on 36 too. So you can see by that one stopping, it had a bit of an issue. Right, so let's see if we can jump back into this and start driving this up. So yeah, I'll jump cut until the end of the harvest now. I'll get it all cleared off. We'll have a look at the final numbers. But so far, it's pointing towards... Whoa, what am I doing here? So far, it's pointing towards that it's going to be an incredible harvest. I don't know what I was faffing then. Right, there we go. The harvest is done. Penultimate harvest. And what a harvest it was. Oh man, that's the least I could say. It's just, it was massive. We actually got so much more than I even predicted. And it's incredible the amount of money we're going to get. We really don't even need to focus on anything else. We're going to get a shed ton of money just from this field alone. But there's a lot to do. Now, I'm going to lease out a lot of equipment, do course plate to help me out, going to mulch this field off, going to buy the two up the top. So if I just quickly fly up, let me just get flying on the go. There we go. You can see that I even finished off all the little bits as well. So this is a massive field. But we're going to be buying basically 1, 2, 3 fields. We're not going to buy that one. Don't really think we need to, but we're going to finish it off. And it's going to be, yeah, a lot bigger as well. So even more going to come in from it. And I might actually plant in something a little bit different. I think I should. I think I definitely should. I know we can do barley, wheat, and oats in the dryer. So I might even just try, a barley harvest, for example. Because I think drying it out is always a good thing as well. I do like Cortex mod. It is actually a really good mod. And we get more money from it. So why not? Why not do that? Especially if it's going to be our last harvest, we should do that. But I am now actually in August day 2. So I finished off, did everything, put all the grain in the grain dryer. And yeah, I skipped time. So let's go and have a look over on the farm. Let's just actually see if we got anything pop up. Got a bit more eggs. We do need to put some wool into the production, so we could take one of them. We should have plenty the way they're throwing out. We've even got another pallet of clothes, which is more money. But look at this. We've got another 5,000 popped up in a day. It's crazy the amount of wool we're producing. But yeah, there's only 2,278 litres in that, so we'll have to keep going. But I am going to do a lot of work now. We're going to jump cut right until the next harvest, and it's either going to be barley or oats in that field, and all combined together. But yeah, I need to sell, I need to raise the money and everything first, but I don't think we need to worry about that. And the reason for that is it's time to look at the amount that we got. So we've got 438,000 litres of dried wheat. Now that's nearly maxed out. Insane. Insane. So that's going to be £692,000 alone just from that when we sell it in January at the right price. I mean, we've already got £1.2 million worth of products. We're definitely going to be over the million mark. We've obviously got to buy another harvester. I think we should do that. And we've also got to buy them 3 fields, which, again, isn't going to be a problem. But when you add everything up, selling that, I've already got 200,000, 250, I think it's like 270 to be exact. So that's like, what, 900,000, let's say, on top. And then we've got the eggs, which will be about 75, more wool to sell. We've even got the clothes to sell. Not going to do any more silage. There's no need in doing all that extra work. But yeah, what a way to end this series off. This is the penultimate episode, penultimate harvest. We've made 430,000 litres of wheat that we've dried out. That's going to give us over £500,000. And yeah, we're going to buy another harvester. We're going to buy 3 more fields. I'm even going to buy 2 really good trailers for the tractors. I'm going to upgrade and get it all right to a good sweet spot to end the series in the next episode. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a couple of days. I'll start work on it pretty much straight away, trying to prep for it, but I'll probably leave it a couple of days. This video is going to come out on Wednesday, so I'll be pretty much prepping. Yeah, I'd say I'm prepping on Wednesday and then recording again on Thursday, so it's going to be a lot of work, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've also enjoyed this series, knowing that it's going to come to a close. Keep an eye out for my new series, because I really like the idea of it. It's something completely different than I've ever done before. And if you like the Farmhand as well, you'll probably like it, because it's got a few little ideas in there from the Farmhand. So hopefully you will enjoy it. So that'll be next week, so keep an eye out for that. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching. I always appreciate it. I really do appreciate everyone giving up their time to watch my videos. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, because that does help me out in the YouTube algorithm world. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. See you in the next one.